Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to talk about everything in terms of professional wrestling. It is Friday. Hope you guys had a great Friday today. It is the end of the week. Those who have the weekend off, we have Labor Day over the weekend, who have a 3-day weekend. Congratulations, you are awesome. I'm just kidding. Well, no, not that I'm just kidding that you guys are awesome because I know you guys are awesome. But overall, just a little jelly belly, just a little bit, just a little bit. Because I know I've got to work on Saturday and, most likely on Monday. But all in all, just, hope you guys are gearing for an amazing weekend with your family, safe, fun, loving, and just, that's where great memories are made. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and jump on into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast. All right, on tap for you today, our show, we're going to have our WWE Smackdown preview. We're going to have our My Thursday Night Wrestling review, Ring of Honor and TNA. Also, we're going to talk about Shane McMahon. A lot, ever since you saw that John Moxley promo on AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, a lot of wrestling promotions, a lot of, cage side seats, ringside news, inside the ropes. There's speculations stating that this is possible, like maybe like an AEW invasion kind of aspect of it. So, gonna go through that. Maybe Shane and John Moxley team up and have a couple of other superstars that aren't AEW necessarily. So we're going to talk about that, and then our fourth segment, we're going to talk about WWE Bash at Berlin. I'm going to give you guys my predictions. We're going to break down the matches, and in our fifth and final segment, we're going to talk about what I leave you guys every Friday. You go on to the weekend every Saturday and Sunday. Some cool, awesome wrestling news to kind of ponder over a little bit. We're going to talk about that in our fifth and final segment in our wrestling news roundup. So yeah, let's go ahead and dig on into it. But before we do any of that, I want to remind you guys to use the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Honestly, go ahead and use that super chat box. Use that super chat. It's right under that dollar sign below that chat box. Whether if you have a burning question in terms of professional wrestling or a hot take or just an opinion here at the GSMC Sports Network, if you want to get if you get whatever you want to get off your chest, we support it here at the GSMC podcast.net. So we are absolutely all ears. We are all about making this podcast, bigger, better, and stronger than ever for, basically everybody who's tuning in. So don't be afraid to hit up your the chat section. Go ahead and if you really want to make sure your comment or question gets read on air, I ask you guys to use that super chat box. Just hit that dollar sign below the chat box. It'll, send in a message, but it's guaranteed to be featured on the show. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel, keep the lights on in terms of bringing you the greatest wrestling content in terms of professional wrestling, in terms of podcasting, and just all of our sports podcasts. So make sure you tune into that. Make sure you do that. We are absolutely 1,010% grateful for each and every one of you who joined us here daily. Your support makes a lot of the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Send in those super chats. Let's keep the conversation going, and together we will make sure this show is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. So make sure you guys hit those super chats, the super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. All right, so let's go to talk about our WWE Smackdown preview. It's going to be a great one. Obviously, it is taking place in Berlin, Germany. Should be a great one. Tonight we are at the Uber Arena. It's kind of crazy. Um, they're anticipating ticket sales up to like 12,000 to 13,000 to even 14,000 people. That's a lot. That's a lot. Obviously, live on Fox, Fox 11. Well, I don't even know if Fox 11 is, I don't even know if that's universal. But overall, I don't know. Go ahead and tune into SmackDown there. We have Andrade taking on Carmelo Hayes. These guys are, they're building for, a story. They're building for a story. These guys are going back and forth, trying to get the best of one another. Obviously, you have Andrade kind of leading the mix right now. Carmelo Hayes is, creeping up, but I feel like he's going to win tonight. I feel like he kind of has to win overall. I feel like, it'd be best for WWE to have Carmelo Hayes part of the storyline. He was so great in WWE NXT with Andrade coming back, especially, since he came back from AEW. He's been looking for a spot in terms of WWE. He's always been there. Absolutely, 1,010%. He's, ever since he made his debut from AEW, He's just been a man on a mission. Be like, hey, I make it back to WWE. Show me the reason why I should stay because he's a great talent, such a great talent. All right, next we have Baron Corbin taking on Santos Escobar. Baron Corbin has been kind of everybody's favorite babyface, and nothing, not really pandering to the crowd. Well, he does, but he doesn't. Obviously, teaming with Apollo Crews is, it's going to put you in, any kind of wrestling fandom there all around. But against Santos Escobar, I want to see Legado del Fantasma be successful in the WWE, especially within the tag team division. But right now, it's not really. I don't know. It's not really practical. It's not really happening. Obviously, it's something that could probably take a little more work in terms of WWE and the creative styles. Well, it seems like whenever it comes to luchadors, Latin American wrestling, they're always going to be pushed to the wayside a little bit here. Baron Corbin, I love Baron Corbin as a face. I absolutely love it 1,010%. But he's not really a face. He's kind of like that new age, like Randy Orton, where you don't really hate him, you don't really like him, but he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that he's successful. You see him teaming up with Apollo Crews. When Crews lost the match, obviously he looked pretty frustrated, but he overall, he kind of like kind of sucked up basically all the animosity that he felt toward his tag team partner, and he kind of put it away. So Baron Corbin, I feel like is going to he's going to have a great match tonight. Next, we have Nia Jax against Michin. The WWE Women's Championship is on the line in a street fight. A street fight match tonight should be pretty interesting, but all in all, we all know that Nia Jax is going to win. The reason why they kind of book Michin in these kind of matches is, just to be like, you know what, although she does lose, it's overall, I feel like it's what's best for the wrestling promotion. Exactly like why Michin is dabbling in TNA, not TNA, sorry, NXT, also in Monday night, Friday night SmackDown. I can't talk today, sorry. But overall, Nia Jax has to prove that she's dominant. She has to prove that she can hang in the ring with the best of the best. And I'm not saying Michin is the best of the best, honestly, to the point where I'm like, you know what? Maybe she's like a glorified, like kind of jobber here. I'm just kidding, no. But I don't know. In the street fight, Michin kind of has the upper hand. No disqualification works in her benefit as opposed to Nia Jax. So I don't know. It should be pretty awesome. All right, we also have the LA Knight issuing an open challenge for the United States Championship. I've read a bunch of speculations over the past couple of weeks. People are maybe John Cena answers it, maybe Solo Sikoa, maybe somebody else that you haven't seen in a while, maybe a WWE Raw superstar. A lot of things make sense for Giovanni Vinci. He's a German wrestler. When it comes to like something that WWE has done so well with Mansoor in Saudi Arabia, also with Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. You just kind of panders the crowd a little bit. You kind of, what, like we want to see this hometown guy. Like, what, I've competed in Germany all my whole entire life, so root for me. And then he's gonna get the hometown vocal. So that should be, that's gonna be next. Next we have Santos, not Santos. We have what's gonna happen with the bloodline. At this point on WWE Smackdown, I think something's gotta give. Something's gotta give. Is this the last episode they have on Fox 11? I think this is September 13th. No, no, no. They have 2 weeks. No, this is their 1-1. So obviously Fox 11, they do get a lot more viewership in terms of from that age of 19 to 41 demographic that wrestling promotions ultimately target. But I don't know, I just feel like if WWE wants to make the ultimate step, you're going to see something big tonight. Obviously, the big pay-per-view before the move. Both brands are going to be on the USA Network. And if they want SmackDown to be taken seriously or WWE Raw, me as a wrestling fan, and I can imagine from outside perspectives, when you see both, promotions going on the same channel, you're like, dude, why not just have them, kind of like become one here, kind of become one. So that could possibly be meaning to like foreshadow something toward the future, maybe in a cross promotional brand kind of fight. Overall in Survivor Series, I would love to see TNA go at it with WWE NXT. Imagine if, some way, somehow AEW musters up a team to take on Team WWE. That would be so cool. My fandom is going crazy right now, But here on SmackDown, it's just, we kind of have all the matches that we already know that's going to happen. But overall, I hope in terms of, Roman Reigns hasn't fought since WrestleMania when he lost the title to Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, the Undisputed Championship. But overall, I just, I want to see a match. I want to see a match with Roman Reigns. I thought they were gonna have a, like a tribal chief match for those chilies, but it doesn't seem like it's kind of heading toward that direction, seeming that there's only 5 or 6 matches happening. And then once again, kind of, growing to my chagrin of why WWE PLEs, when they're not in the United States, are like less than like 7 or 6 matches. I know Triple H Palovek, he loves the quality over quantity, but, overall, he's got to get the fans what they want. Got to get the fans what they want. All right, so now we're going to talk about my Thursday night wrestling review. So, hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to jump on into the world of Ring of Honor, also the ring of TNA. So, hey, do not go anywhere.